Thank you for viewing a session of Savage XS Flux. I'm just going to give you a little bit of insight on the vehicle. I've had it roughly about 4 weeks now, and I'm just going to go through a few things that I have done to it and a few things that I've replaced on it. And just to start off, I'm going to start off with the shocks. I wound up putting 4 extra shocks on there, direct bolt on. They came off my HPI Blitz, and the rear shocks fit on there perfect. So, and that's pretty much what a replacement shock would be for this, I think. They're direct bolt up right into the arms, and wound up using 3x40 millimeter bolts, and that pretty much takes care of that. And ones for the bottom, you probably have some laying around just pretty much the same size as the ones that are on the bottom, and you just need them for the backside. Wound up changing over to the Traxxas plugs. Not too keen on the Dean's plugs, a little too small for me. Another thing I did, I relocated the antenna to the box, wound up sealing inside of the tube with some silicone. No issues of any water breach at that point. So I don't ride it in water anyway, so I'm not really too worried about it. Put a TBR front bumper on it. Let me tell you, it's worth the $12. Get one. Added Castle Creations fan for the motor. I just had to do a little bit of modification with the Dremel tool just to make it fit right, so it screws on properly. Nice tight fit. You have to trim a little bit off of the actual fan that clips onto the motor, but once you get it in place, you'll see what you need to trim and what you don't need to trim. Another issue I was having was pretty much right out of the box was the steering servo. Crap. Piece of shit. They should have never even put it in there. I think the thing had like 57 ounces of torque in it. Wound up purchasing SF50 waterproof servo for this. Plenty of torque for it. Definitely get a lot better turning just on even at a standstill. What else did I do? I wound up putting bottom chassis cover on it, and that works perfect. I just made that out of Lexan, ran it underneath the TBR brace right about up to here, brought it around the edge, and brought it right to the top of the rear bumper. Fastened it down with 2 screws right here. Just made a little extra plate right here. Pretty much rides right on the screws. The screws will probably wear out before that does. That works out really well. What else did I do to this? In the rear, I'm having a problem with the shock towers actually beating the snots out of the body. I guess when the body comes down and it just flexes right on top of it, and I started getting 2 indentations on my body. So I wound up putting this on here, and this came off of the screen door, and you can see the clearance I have underneath there. It also will protect the top of the shock caps, because that's what was happening. I was coming down on that, and the body would hit it, and I sheared off one of the top of the caps. So I got that off of a screen door, which is right there, and just took the handle that came with it and made the brace, and pretty much just screwed it right through to the shocks, and makes it perfect. This way it doesn't hit it. And you can see when they put the body on it, you see I had a trim right where the body broke from the actual post coming through it. It just basically just shot right through. So I cut it out, but you can see when it comes down, it's just gonna land right on top of that, and you can see that it works out pretty darn well. I did purchase another body for it. This came off of a Mini Lossy, and it's a short course body. I think that looks pretty cool. Runs real well. Might have to do a little bit of trimming around the rear wheel wells, but other than that, it looks pretty cool. I like the short course look. And what else? Just had to put some zip ties around, and just to get everything away from the drive shafts and the cups, They seem to be really close. That was one of the reasons why I changed over and put the antenna inside the box, because it was so darn close to the drive shafts and the cups. So I got them out of there. Wound up changing out the turnbuckles. The turnbuckles that were stock on there kept on popping off. I mean, you hit the curb, you do a jump, it would constantly pop off. And I found that the Mini eRevo turnbuckles are direct fit. So other than that, just make sure when you order them that you get the balls inside of the tie rods. And that is pretty much about it as far as being happy with it. I like it. You know, it's a little pain in the butt to work on if you have to work on it, but I don't mind the little challenge. But if you're out on the field doing some racing and something like that, and you want to do a quick change on a spur gear, it takes a little bit to get to it. That's probably its only drawback that I see at this point. Running a 2-cell in it, 8,000 milliamp battery, and that's I'm getting quite a bit of run time out of it. And I also noticed on the battery hold down for the lid here, you notice that they really don't catch too much. So what I did is I just heated up right at the 90-degree bend, and I heated it up with a lighter, and so it was pliable, so I can get it a little less than a 90-degree angle, so this way it catches more. You'll notice that. If you do decide to get one of these, I suggest putting some Loctite down on your spur gear and tightening down your clutch down there. And that's pretty much about all I had to do with this. Pretty happy the way it jumps, the way it lands, and I don't know. I just thought I'd share this info of what I've done to it, and just to let you know how pleased I am with it at this point, and haven't had any major issues like people are having with the ESCs. Talked to HPI, and I guess it's pretty much been cleared up. But it does come with a 2-year warranty on all electronics, so if you have any issues, just send it back and they'll send you a new one. Well, I appreciate you taking your time for reviewing this video and all my other videos. Please subscribe and post comments. Thank you.